We'll go for the summer when I'm like, boy, got your body on my mind. You make my heart beat faster, I'll be a sweet disaster. Deep in my palm, I want your love, love, love. Take off your clothes, clothes, clothes. I want your love, love, love. You drink my rose, rose, rose. I want your love.
Hello Virgo, this is Inspired 2016 with your monthly reading for the month of August 2018, focusing on your career and work life. So I hope that you have a good month so far for the month of July, and see what is in store for you for August. So the first card for you, representing the present positions or towards the beginning of the month, you have the Five of Clubs. So this Five of Clubs indicate that in the beginning of the month there might be some kind of disagreement with your colleagues or with your business partner or with your boss with regards to your like your career goal or with regards to the projects that you are working on. And it looks like that something that you cannot avoid. It can be like this disagreements has been going on from the past, like it has been like that because of the other people perspective doesn't really match with your current goal in some way, and that can be quite frustrating because somehow you want to progress more on to the other paths, but in some way your boss or your colleagues or with you or another people from the other departments always try to blocking you. And that makes you feel abandoned as well, like abandoned from achieving your goal. And that is something that you may have to like face in the beginning of the month. I think that there is nothing negative on this card. It looks like normal kind of like normal talk or normal disagreement with the other people. So the next card that you have representing the bridge cards toward the middle of the month, you have the Jack of Diamonds. So it looks like that if you are looking for a new opportunity, for instance, because you are hate or you don't really like where the way things progress in your current employments, like you are stagnant, like for instance there's nobody supports you in your current work environments, and you possibly want to switch career or change jobs in some way. It looks like that the job opportunity will come into your space towards the middle of the month. It can also possibly, like if you are applying for a new job and possibly that company that you apply for possibly contacted you back, like wanting to know more about you, and then possibly arranging some kind of an interview in some sort. So, and this is something that you are hoping for. Maybe you have been waiting for quite some time, but in the end it is coming. So the next that you have representing the past positions of your spread, you have the Two of Diamonds. So this Two of Diamonds indicates that in the past you were juggling with several different things. It's possibly also because you are overworked, and that can also be quite stressful too, by the way. But that's something that triggers this kind of a conflict towards the middle of the month of August. And try to be mindful. You have to be like open as well and to the point to them. To the people around you and also to the employer, to your boss. And if this is something that really bothers you a lot, you just have to say it practically and say it to your boss or your supervisor or your colleagues that you are overworked. You cannot achieve this. Otherwise, you will be burned out, and that is something not nobody wants to, and this is something that you may have to juggle in the past, like you have to juggle some priorities or prioritizing your your work and also your personal life, and that can be also quite stressful as well. So try to be mindful with your health as well. So the next card that you're representing the things that you learned from the past, you have the Queen of Clubs. So this Queen of Clubs indicates that you learn a lot actually from the past, how to achieve what you want by putting or setting quite a achievable goal. I mean, for yourself, also like a step how to achieve that goal, and also try to be like diplomatic in term of speaking your goal or speaking your mind into it as well. And it looks like that more into what you learned was like more into actions rather than emotions, or rather than like planning in some way, but it's more into action, like go go go, you have to do this this this, and it is something that like keeping you from resting in some way, because you have to do this, and then the next thing will be this, and then tomorrow will be this one, and then this and that one, and just like there is no stopping, there is nothing that can stop you. So the next one is you are representing the things that you need to let go of. You have the Ten of Spades. So it's quite impressive here, because it looks like that there is some end that you know that is coming, like you want to end this, but it looks like that you are holding on to it. You're like you cannot leaving this, like you don't want to say or to put the end of the cycle, although you may have to do that. Like you are waiting for the right moment, the right timing for you to speak to your boss. Like possibly the work environment that you are in right now possibly is not really good for you for the long term, and that therefore you are thinking of moving, you are thinking of how to leave the situations. You may not be happy with your current jobs, but possibly like you overwork, underpaid, for instance, that can also be indicated here. And in some way, this is the time for you. This is the time for you to say goodbye, to put the end of the cycle. And again, it depends on your situations, but yeah, luckily during the month of August, Mercury will be retrograde, so try to be like thinking about it first. Try to reflect on what you have got so far, and decide it by the end of the month. So let's see what is the end of the month in store for you. So the next card that you have representing the future, or by the end of the month, you have the Ace of Diamonds. So it's a wonderful thing. It looks like that towards the end of the month, it looks like something new coming up, especially like if you are thinking for changing new jobs. Possibly the information may comes during the middle of the month, and it looks like it can be from the past, like you apply for this job before, possibly you already did some interview earlier, and then you get the final interview possibly during the month of August, and towards the end of the month you will get a call back, like giving you the final answer or final outcomes. What will be the the offer? What will be the terms and agreements that you have with the companies, and so on and so forth. So I think that by the end of the month it will be okay, because towards the end of the month it will be the Mercury will goes direct. So try to holding on to it towards until the end of the month if you can. So the last card is you have representing the clarifying card. At the bottom of the deck you have the Seven of Clubs. So yeah, it looks like that for the whole bunch the themes here is to hold on to your gun. Like for instance, like you have to defend yourself, like whatever arguments that someone else is putting on you, like pointing finger towards you, you just have to deflect on that and say that this is not my responsibility, this is not what my job description says, or things like that. You just have to be precise on saying that this is your boundaries, and you don't want to limit, like to do more, like exceeding your boundaries in some way, and this is not something that is healthy for a long term too. And if it is important, and just have to be precise and say to your boss as well, and possibly he or she will understand your situations. So I think this is quite challenging, I would say, but it's not really negative because you will get what you want towards the end of the month. And it's just like you have to persist on the things that you believe in, and just say it out loud to your colleagues or to your bosses as well. So I hope that this reading is helpful for you, and if you like the reading, just click like, and if you haven't subscribed already, just click subscribe. And if you want to donate to our channel, you can do so by sending us on PayPal to the email down the link below the video. And see you next month. Thank you.